Welcome everyone to Ladder Daily Digest. We honor creators, and on Tuesday nights, we, in a way, honor or make fun of Tim Rathbone. We're virtually in his living room, and we're grateful to have Tim to make fun of. That's what I'll start the show with. And we're grateful that Tim has a great laugh, and it's really fun to do the shows. We're kind of just talking as things goes, and we'll see what happens. Tim asked who was here. Kim D's here. Song says she's here. Hope everybody's doing well. Lisa is not doing so well, so we wish Lisa all the best. Hopefully this show will cheer Lisa up a little bit. And so anyhow, so I was in kind of a down mood the last few days about some things, and we can have a show about that someday where it's the opposite of tonight's show. But I thought if we do an attitude of gratitude, it's kind of like that song that we would sing. There's a couple songs. One is If You Chance to Meet a Frown. That sort of goes along with this, which is kind of non-consensual.
Do not let it stay.
Quickly turn it upside down and smile that frown away. The other song is Count Your Blessings, right? So those songs come to mind, right? But they're in the sense of being in a high demand religion, those can sometimes be manipulative or manipulated by other people on people. But there's supposedly some science about gratitude, being able to lift people's spirits up. A lot of times people meditate, and they meditate about things that they like about their life or something like that. And so I thought we would do something like that. And one thing I am grateful, I'll say, not only of Tim Rathbone, but I am grateful to the big podcaster named John DeLynn. Now, he used to be the number one, and now he's maybe number 3 or maybe even number 4, because Alyssa Grenfell has taken over, and Shalice Ansola of Cults to Consciousness has overtaken him. And who else has more? On one hand, the show that Megan did with John DeLynn, and she just came on. Her husband's name John, psychologist, Dr. John.
I know who you mean.
He was just on Mormon Stories, gave her whole story, and hers is like secret true crime, hidden true crime. I think it's her channel. And she just passed up John DeLynn. Now, her channel isn't about Mormonism or anything like that, but anyhow, John DeLynn's podcast kept me going to church in 2013 and 14 because he had something called Stay Mormon, and he because he didn't want people to break up their marriage just from losing their testimony, right? Being in a mixed faith marriage shouldn't ruin a marriage. Yeah, Lauren of Hidden True Crime. And so John DeLynn would give tips, and he would say, go to church, go to Sacramento. If you get to hold your wife's hand for an hour, you get to sing songs, consider it like a date. And that was meaningful to me. And John at the time was going to get his advanced degree in psychology. And I had sent him a message saying, I hope you help me with my Mormon guilt someday. And he said, I hope to graduate soon. So he didn't offer to help right away as a freebie for somebody that's knows a little bit. He promised to help someday. And so that almost told me, once I have my shingle out, I can charge you for some of the help I can give you. But that's okay too, because people do that. It's a decent job. And then I kind of went away from Mormonism. I didn't go to church very much. But actually when he when Kate Kelly got excommunicated, I stopped paying tithing. When John DeLynn got excommunicated 6 months later, I told my wife I can't go to church where they fire people from church just for having an opinion and voicing it. And John DeLynn didn't really even voice his opinion very much. He just had guests on. So anyhow, when COVID happened, I came back to watching John DeLynn stories, and the tone had changed a lot. I didn't even know. And he was learning stuff. He had Dan Vogel on his show in like 2017, and he was learning a ton of stuff from Dan Vogel at that time. And so anyhow, once I found out all the other stuff, John DeLynn always talked about, standing on the shoulders of giants like Leonard Arrington, like
Mike Quinn,
like John would rave about Tim Rathbone. No, I'm just kidding.
Boyd Packer.
Not Packer. He would talk about the people who were interested in real history, right? That were who's the niece of the prophet that wrote a book called No Man Knows My History? Fawn Brody.
Fawn Brody.
Yeah.
Fawn Brody.
Right? So he would talk about all the Exmo stuff is based on, and not necessarily Exmo stuff, but we'll say the real history about things. It only was Exmo or anti because the church said, we don't look behind the curtain. Don't try to critique us. We're holy men, holier than thou, and just do what we say. Don't do what we do, we'll say. So anyhow, because of John DeLynn, and I got turned on to some books, and I bought a book called Writing Mormon History that Joe Geisner edited, and it had 15 stories, and it had the stories of people how they got into writing Mormon history. Some people were scholars, and so it was kind of like their job, like John G. Turner was one of the contributors. And other people were just like a wife who was driving in Wisconsin, got lost in Wisconsin looking for some baskets that she saw on a post somewhere, and saw Mormon Way and thought, what is Mormon Way doing in Wisconsin? Just above, what is Wisconsin just above? Minnesota or Illinois? Above Illinois, right?
Illinois.
And so because of that, she wrote a book about the Strangites, because she found out that Mormon Way was because of Strangites had been up there, and she was like, what are the Strangites? And she found that there wasn't very much in one book about the Strangites. So she decided to get all the resources together and write about the Strangites. And the rest is her story or history.
Wow.
Right? And so that was amazing. From a publisher, because I started a show. And I never thought I was going to interview authors, but now the author of this book is my friend, right? And so I'm grateful for meeting people, and it wasn't for John DeLynn having a podcast, telling me about history books, and me, of course, it cost me hundreds of dollars. And he said he would buy me ice cream. It took him 4 years, but he actually bought me ice cream last year. So anyhow,
He did a whole series on that book, didn't he?
Yeah, so John DeLynn interviewed Matthew Harris, and they talk about every single chapter, and they might even do extra. So anyhow, that'll start the show off by saying I'm grateful for the podcast world and for the people I've been able to meet and chat with, and I'll talk about more of that later. But RFM and Bill Reel, I'm grateful that they do a podcast. They do a great job with their podcast. I'm grateful for Megan Connor, who's a great podcaster that I've been able to work with and meet and stuff like that. And we're going to show something from Megan later on today about her gratefulness, because she's doing some family stuff and won't be able to join us. But who wants to talk next?
Brother Judson,
Yes.
are you forgetting something? Did you want to say a few words about Ozzy Osbourne before we get going?
So, yeah, I am not grateful that he's passed on, but we can recognize.
Yes.
that
No wonder it
I'm
feels so
grateful
good
for
today.
Ozzy Osbourne's music. Is that what you wanted to say?
Just to acknowledge that he passed away, and fly our Latter Daily Digest flag at Mass.
And
Oh.
so did Steve Benson.
Yeah, Steve Benson passed recently.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Wow.
Yeah, so on one hand, every day like 10,000 people die, and there's probably 100 people that are
Oh, Peter
famous to
Yarrow.
somebody,
Whoa.
and it would be really hard to honor everybody. Was Ozzy Osbourne influential to you, Randy?
Nope.
Okay. So did you want to segue that into thanking everybody for watching and liking and subscribing if they could?
That's exactly what you kind of read my mind. I know that we have a lot of incredible people watching this show, and we have grown to love everyone that does. And it's kind of a fun little Tuesday night group. Sometimes when we have a show that we love, we forget to just hit the like button or the subscribe button. And hey, we're like a growing boy who needs to eat a lot of food. We need likes and subscribers just to tell Mr. YouTube that we're important. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, we would love that.
And it's nice that the founder of the internet, Al Gore, they call that algorithm, is what we're trying to match the algorithm in order to grow.
I thought that would be his music.
Al Gore's music?
Yeah, Al Gore's rhythm.
He's got rhythm. Well, anyway, yeah, like and subscribe, folks, because we are not going away and we're not getting any smaller. We're getting bigger and bigger. We're even beating the LDS Church in numbers. So bring it on, my friends. Bring it on.
I mean, our podcast has a higher attendance rate than the local wards.
Over 17 million.
I wouldn't be so confident and say we'll never get smaller. I mean, the high bar, you get smaller real easy.
You know,
So Randy,
gotta
what
have
are you
confidence,
grateful for? You're smiling all the time. You must be grateful for lots of things.
To be completely honest with you, I'm grateful to be alive. Everybody says, when they say, "Hey, how you doing today?" Like at the store or whatever, my answer is always the same. Every day above ground's a good day, because after my little stint in the funeral industry, I know that there is no guarantee of tomorrow. So every day above ground's a good day, and I'm I'm thankful for. I sound like a kid bearing his testimony, but I'm thankful for my family, for my kiddos and their successes. I'm thankful for Amanda and Peyton, that I have such an incredible life here with them. And
Peyton Manning? Is that Peyton Manning?
well, Peyton Manning, of course, yeah, but my stepdaughter Peyton too.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm thankful for my circumstances. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of riches, but what I do have is a lot of love around me. And when it all boils down to it, that's what it's all about, is the love that's around you.
Oh, yeah.
I say these things humbly in Gene's name, amen.
No.
So mote it be.
Who's
So who wants
next?
to go next? Jules, why don't you go next?
Well, I think I'm grateful for being here in this Exmo world now. I think, but with the church bringing me in and me deconstructing, and actually for my doubter of a dog here, Thomas. But
Doubting Thomas, I love that.
no, it kind of brought me, to this Exmo community, and which is great. I think I'm making more friends in this community slowly. as I was, as I've been deconstructing, here he is. But it's just been a great, all through it, and growing. Yeah, he's a Dalmatian mix.
Oh,
So,
What a cutie.
he,
I miss having a big dog. Big dogs are fun.
big dog, big bark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been, grateful more in my deconstruction and meeting more people, because it's really helped me see a lot of facts, and and learn lots, and it's been a slow process in meeting people. And as like I said, I saw Exmo Lex was first, and then saw her interview on John Dillon's show, and slowly, starting to see other people that were deconstructing. It's been a great ride through that. I think even better than going through the discussions with the missionaries, because there's so much truth that you're learning. It's so many things that were, just hidden from you. In fact, which is kind of funny, because in the last week I've had 3 knocks on my doors from the missionaries, and 1 encounter with them just outside, just a little bit ago.
I'm jealous.
Was it Tony, Orlando, and Don knocking 3 times?
No, it wasn't. I'm kind of jealous of the vehicle.
That go by anybody said.
I'm kind of jealous of the truck they're driving. They're driving a brand new Nissan Frontier.
Well, you should truck them in, have them give you the discussions while you're doing the show.
Oh, I know. I'll buy
Just
it.
have them there and be like, well, I'm talking now.
I didn't know Tony, Orlando, and Don even drove a truck. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the missionaries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This Tony, Orlando, and Don thing just isn't working tonight, is it?
Yeah, it's not working.
I'm not old enough for that.
Okay.
It did go. That's pretty much it for me right now. It's been this great new Exmo community.
Well, Tim, what are you grateful for?
every day I'm above ground. Because I lost a friend last Wednesday.
Sorry, Tim.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm
Are you
grateful
grateful for your cats?
I'm just going to say that next. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Yeah, I'm grateful for the cats. Yes. All of them. And the mutts, too. I'm grateful for my kids, my family. Yeah.
What are
I'm
some of your
glad
favorite podcasts?
Where do I start? Yeah, Mormonish.
Ish.
Latter Daily Digest.
Have you seen a really, really good podcast on Latter Daily Digest lately?
I just saw a really, really good podcast on Natasha Helfer. It was really, really good.
How wonderful.
It was really good.
Did you like and subscribe?
People to look.
I liked and subscribed. Yes, I did.
I unsubscribed and then resubscribed.
Right.
So good.
Yeah.
I created a new account and resubscribed.
I follow a bunch of people. I follow Cliff High. I think everybody should listen to what Cliff High has to say about stuff. This guy goes by Florida Maquis. His videos are interesting. He talks about Antarctica and what goes on down there. And then I follow Future Forecasting Group, who's remote viewers, and John DeLynn, of course. And I've been watching a lot of videos lately about this program that was on when I was a kid called Thunderbirds. All the special effects and stuff. It's just been really fascinating. I've been watching a lot of those. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately, too.
Tim,
I'm
you've
just
got
trying to-
such a wide range of interests and
Yeah, I do.
expertise. You blow
Oh,
me
thank
away
you.
because, you know, you want to talk about aircraft, World War II
Yeah,
aircraft, or whatever. You seem to know a lot about a lot of things.
I don't know anything. I have a lot of knowledge, but I don't know anything. I learned something yesterday about an airplane from World War II that I didn't know. About the Corsair. I was reading an article about the Corsair, and I went, "Oh, I didn't know that." Yeah, but I don't.
See what I'm saying?
I'm always learning. I'm always willing to learn. Yeah, I could name every single aircraft probably that fought in World War II, or World War I for that matter, because that was my dad's era. My dad was a pilot, and I grew up around airplanes, and I knew airplanes. I know airplanes. Not too good with airliners like I used to be, and private airplanes. I do know a bit, but you know, I focused on the conflict and those airplanes.
This is where Gene is going to ask you if you knew the Wright brothers.
I did know the Wright brothers. Yes, I did.
The wrong brothers are cooler.
I met a lot of really neat pilots growing up. A lot of stories from a lot of different people growing up.
That's right. I would look at airplanes, and I love to look at. Somehow there were videos available. I don't know when, but of like sailplanes. I knew they existed, and Tim got to fly in them.
I got to fly in a sailplane. I got to fly in at least 3 different kinds.
What's the major difference between the experience of being in a sailplane and being in a single engine aircraft?
The silence, the quiet, the wind whistling over the wings. There's nothing like it when you get towed up and you catch a thermal and you're going up, and it's just you and the wind and nothing else. And those are the best times.
Told me about that. Simon and Garfunkel. Simon and Garfunkel told me about that.
Sounds of silence. Yeah. There's nothing like that. The best time my dad and I ever had was right before my mission. We'd moved to Colorado Springs, and a thunderstorm had just happened, and there were really neat clouds still in the sky. And that was the closest we ever felt at that time. We were talking and just being silent. But when I look back at all the flights with my father, that was probably our favorite. We just talk about that sometimes. Yeah.
It just seems scary, Tim, that you're up there floating around on what would be the equivalent of a balsa wood plane that you had as a kid, and no engine. It's like, you're on your own, buddy.
It's okay.
I just don't think I could do that.
Do it. Go and do it. Find a glider port and just go do it. Okay.
There was one in Arizona that was very popular there in Scottsdale, but like I said, it just seems weird that the tow plane is going to release me and let me go, and boom, I'm on my own. And it's like, you don't even have to have a license to fly one of those.
Yes, you do. You have to have a license.
Well, okay, when I was in high school, all you had to do, or in college probably, all you had to do was go take a little course right there on the spot. You didn't have to show them any documentation.
Well, then you get a license by going through the course. Yeah. You have to have
an hour.
No, like 8 or 10 hours of instruction. I got a couple of hours. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay. I will succumb to your knowledge but as I recall, you could just go and they would just show you what you're doing. And I just thought that was scary as crap. But if you have to have a license, that's a little more understandable.
Yeah.
Then you at least know what you're doing with the wind currents. I mean, I'm good with paper planes and stuff, but when I'm actually in them, I don't know how I would perform.
Okay, Trevor's turn.
One more other thing I'm really like is my knowledge of film. I know a lot about film. Growing up in LA, okay, my neighbors were engineers, doctors, lawyers. They taught at USC or UCLA, or they moved to the movie industry. And I learned a lot about film from them. And then when I went to BYU and I took some film classes. So anyway, but yeah, I'm just so grateful for a lot of things lately.
You're a walking encyclopedia when it comes to movies, Tim.
Yeah.
Was
I'm still learning.
film class at BYU one class and they said don't do it.
No,
Stay away.
no. I took 2 film classes. One was just appreciation of film, and the other one was film and American culture. And that's where I saw The Searchers. That's what this poster's from, The Searchers, which is my favorite Western. John Wayne, and it's his best character he's ever played, Ethan Edwards. And
Well,
anyway,
the best Western is Unforgiven. That's the best Western.
that's up there in my
You should.
top 5. That's in my top 5.
It's
That's
really good.
definitely in my top 5. Yeah.
I'd have to go with Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
I actually don't
that's
think
a good one too. That's a good one too. I really like. I like The Searchers. I like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I like Unforgiven. Red River.
City Slickers.
Well, yeah, okay, but I'm talking.
I'm kidding.
I know you are. Anyway, so,
What about the Cowboys? John Wayne and the Cowboys.
that's a good movie. That's the one where
I like that.
He gets killed by Bruce Dern.
Yeah, Bruce
Yeah.
Offson in that movie.
Yeah. I like that. I got to step away for a minute. Yeah. I will.
Time to powder the nose, huh?
Trevor's time to shine now, Trevor.
That's Tim's go. Well, I don't like all the negative talk we've had about dying. So I say don't knock it until you try it. If you haven't ever tried it, who knows? It might be great.
That's right.
Maybe when we die, we'll be like, we should have done this sooner.
If you died, Trevor, you'd be able to talk to Randy anytime you wanted.
I hope the hell it's a good experience, because I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. As a matter of fact, we all are. So it better be good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Worst case scenario is we never know we did it, and it's all over. So either way.
Trevor, what are your favorite foods?
Oh, it's hard to say. I'm pretty open. I like American stuff, Mexican. Utah has a lot of good Mexican food. I'm pretty open though. Kind of a creature of habit, so I tend to go, same places over and over again. But yeah, I like all of it.
Is there any good Thai restaurants near you?
Yeah, I never like Thai as much as others. But yeah, there's a lot of Thai food, I guess probably everywhere, but in Utah there's quite a bit. Just grateful to be alive. Grateful to have this community and everything. It's fun, And going on your thing, John DeLynn, I'm grateful for him because I randomly listened to him one show. Because like you, I thought he was a kind of pro-Mormon show. And then I saw he had a show called like Mormon Civil War. I was like, oh, well, that could be spicy. Let's check that out. And then that was with RFM. That's how I learned about RFM. And then RFM has been why I've stayed interested in Mormonism still, just because I like him so much. So, like, John DeLynn
Mormon Civil War is actually Peter Bleakley that was on RFM and Bill.
No, it was an episode. It was an episode on John DeLynn about John Gee having a civil war against the other Mormon scholars in the Joseph Smith papers. So it was like an episode of Mormon Stories called Mormon Civil War or whatever. And anyway, so yeah, I'm grateful for that. Like it's been a lot of fun kind of get back into Mormonism after being out of it for so long. And
so you were just a normal person. You didn't really care about your upbringing or past very much. You just did your work and lived your life, not worrying whether somebody was looking at you when you were drinking coffee or going to a
no,
bar?
definitely not that. I've been an atheist since I was 19, so
Right.
just doing my atheist thing, just living it up, having a good time.
So when you're 19, you went on an atheist mission
Yeah, I killed a few people.
that you're
did
still on.
some raping and pillaging, the usual.
Right.
I went debaptized some people, followed missionaries around, and tricked the members into getting debaptized.
Carry a blow dryer around and dry them off the minute the water.
Just hand out the CES letter after you get out of the water. Be like, read this, check this out.
I'm thankful for that CES letter, by the way, because that's what started me on this whole journey.
Now, what's interesting about that?
Put that away, Gene.
Gene just short his corn dog live.
That's quite a corn dog, Gene.
You put that in the description. Gene eats his corn dog live on air.
I know, right? I feel like we should put a rating on this or something.
Blur that out. Get the blur on that.
Come here, Sally. Come on. Come here.
Makes Randy think about DJ.
That looks.
It reminds me of RFM. RFM one time went on this tangent about how it's the most unprofessional thing ever to eat on air. You'd like be dead before you ate on air. And I thought it was weird. I think eating on air is fine. But he has that stance of eating on air is the worst thing you could ever do.
Who said that, John?
RFM.
Oh, RFM.
Yeah.
Well, he drinks on air.
Yeah. Smokes a fake cigarette.
His fake one, yeah.
Yeah. I told him he's got a fake phone.
It wouldn't be so much eating on air, I think. It's how you eat on air. If you're like eating soup and slurping it up and, that's going to look bad. But if you're just eating casually, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's like
you're just casually showing it to the screen, and you casually go silent for a minute or two.
Yeah. Where did Randy go?
Back there.
Randy?
I thought he left. He just turned backwards. I thought he disappeared.
When I was watching,
because I'm so thin and frail.
When I was watching you and Natasha talking about your mission, I saw that smile on your face, and I thought about my mission. And I'm sure that you and I are both grateful that we did go on missions.
Absolutely.
Even, because it was a good experience, I mean.
It really was, I wouldn't have traded that for the world. I'm thankful to be where I'm at now. But yes, I'm grateful for the opportunity I had to be on a mission like you, Tim.
Yeah, I kind of regret it.
I was just
language thing.
And I want to come back to the being grateful for being on a mission stories from Tim and Randy. You guys can tell us more mission stories about what was kind of fun, because you both went to pretty cool places, Germany and Spain.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
Cool, right?
Pocatello, that's cool.
But here, one thing, somebody that joins us often, Megan Connor, is actually going to join us virtually.
All right.
And she recorded something for us. I'm going to make her big so that I can eat. She said it's 7 minutes long about. And we'll see if I can finish my corn dog and chicken nuggets by the time she's done. I'll make this full screen. And everybody go ahead.
Corn dogs and chicken nuggets?
Everybody go ahead and mute yourself. And then I'll run her, and then you can unmute yourself when she's done.
With you for tonight's Tuesdays with Tim. Hello everyone, I am making a pre-recorded statement to share with you for tonight's Tuesdays with Tim. I have been having a kind of a difficult week, just with Lori's sentencing coming up on Friday and a lot of residual grief from that I haven't processed yet coming up. And I thought I had processed through everything, but apparently not. And so I'm feeling a lot of grief. And I'm also preparing to be away from my kids again for another few days while I go to the sentencing. It's just a few days, but I'm feeling sad about that, feeling sad about being away from my partner at a time when, I could really use his physical presence. So when I'm thinking about trying to have an attitude of gratitude in these circumstances, it can be kind of challenging, but it is honestly the thing that pulls me out of depression or grief or sadness the fastest is naming the things that I'm grateful for and being very intentional about expressing gratitude for those things. So this is going to help me. And I hope that it helps other people who are feeling similar feelings as well. I'm very, very grateful that even though I lost my job a year ago, that I have my podcast, my YouTube channel, my YouTube community. I'm very, very grateful that I didn't have to go get a job at Costco in order to provide for myself and my family. I'm very grateful for the YouTube community that I have. I'm grateful for Jean and for Randy and for Tim and for Diamond Dave and for everybody on the panel at Tuesdays with Tim, because it is a community of support. We have common experiences and we have common goals, and we also just care about each other and support each other. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for one of the kindest chats on all of YouTube on my channel. I'm grateful for the people who give me crap and pushback because it drives the engagement on my videos. And I've had a couple of trolls recently that just have no idea the fact that the more they respond and the more that they comment, the better it drives the engagement on those videos. I am super grateful for a partner who is supportive of me and my unconventional ideas about the way that I see the world and the things that are important to me. And I actually am really, really grateful for the opportunity to have gone through this entire trial process with an incredibly supportive community. It all started really with Justin Lum of Fox 10 Phoenix accepting my message request on Facebook and agreeing to interview me so that I could talk about the fact that my stupid, dumb cousin has always been stupid and dumb, and that it didn't change when she met Chad Daybell. I will always be grateful to Justin for that. And I will always be grateful to the Lori Vallow Reddit community for giving me a place to answer questions and share some insights. And the mods there are the ones who pointed me to Laura Mathias of Hidden True Crime, who pointed me to John DeLynn of Mormon Stories, who was gracious enough to allow me to tell my story on his platform. And the response to that story gave me the courage to continue to tell my story and to continue to share my ideas and my perspectives and my beliefs with anybody who wants to listen or cares to listen. And I'm really grateful that in the wake of this tragedy that has decimated our family, I'm really grateful for all of the beautiful human beings that I've connected with, and this community of people who cares about justice for these victims, for JJ, Tylee, Charles, Tammy, Brandon, and all of the other people who are affected by this case in the ripple effect. I am super grateful to have a place to go that is supportive when the people who I'm blood related to literally not only don't care what I have to say, but want to silence me and want to call me a liar and say that I am wrong about what I'm talking about. So I'm grateful for my chosen family. I'm grateful for this platform, and I'm grateful for the fact that there are people out there who still care about the truth. And I'm going to keep telling it. I'm going to keep telling the truth. This case is over. I'm so glad it's almost over. When it's over, I hope I don't have to talk about it very much ever again. I'm sure there will be times when it's appropriate. But what I'm most grateful for is that we can take everything that we've learned from this case, and we can take that template of Lori's behavior, of her desire to discard people from her life in toxic ways. We can take the template of that and we can apply it to situations in our own lives, and we can have a better ability to identify toxic behaviors and to defend against manipulation and control. That is what I'm more passionate about than anything else. And I'm going to announce that my Bully Proof course, which teaches people to recognize and defend against manipulation and control, is going to be on a 50% sale for the next few days, at least until the sentencing. And I will give the details to Jean and Randy and Tim so that they can put it in the video description. I just want to help more people. That's what I care about more than anything. And I'm grateful that I'm in a position in my life where I can spend my time helping more beautiful human beings like you. So thank you for letting me have a voice, and thank you for listening, and thank you for caring. And I hope you take care of yourself first.
All right. Thanks.
That was
Megan.
beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
That means I have to find
She's
out
a-
what her sale is.
She's a class act, that lady.
Yes,
That
she
she
is.
is.
And she's our hero, helping out all those people in Texas
Right.
from that awful flood. That
Yep.
it just disgusts me so much how much those people refuse that money to help.
That's she's very selfless.
Yes, she is.
We were talking about RFM and his fake cigarette or his fake pipe. I should be able to smoke a real cigar as we broadcast every Tuesday. RFM has his cigarette. I have my cigar. It's longer and bigger around than his little cigarette.
It's like how we're gonna beat them. We all
like
start real
Gene's corn
smoking. I guess it should be a new rule. We all have to start smoking.
This is real. This is a bone shaker, as they call it, full body, and let me tell you, it'll shake your bones. It will. You know, I don't do weed anymore. I quit that a while back, but when I smoke a cigar, it will get you high, and you don't even inhale, but goes into your mouth, and yeah, it'll make you swirl.
It'd be hard not to inhale for me. Like, how do you not inhale? It'd be hard.
Oh, well, you don't, because you draw it into your mouth and you
puff
push it out.
isn't it? Yeah.
I've done too much bong smoking, I guess. I smoked too much weed.
But you don't inhale it into your lungs. If you do, you'll never ever do it again.
Wasn't Joseph Smith seen with a cigar quite often?
Probably.
I
a lot of
don't
tobacco.
know, probably.
Tobacco was cool back then.
Yeah.
Or that could have been.
I'm actually going to put this
testifying
back in the
that he was
wrap.
packing.
Did you finish your corn dog, Gene?
I did, but I have chicken nuggets still.
I don't know if you're allowed to eat corn dog and
Gene,
chicken nuggets at the same time.
You're supposed to eat before the show.
I don't know what happened.
I'm cool with
Randy
the
and
Gene
Tim,
keeping.
who wants to talk? This is going to be dueling missions. Whose mission was better, Randy's or Tim's? Say, Randy, you started off saying, my mission was so good. While I was in Spain, I got to.
My mission was so good. I got to have my ventriloquist dummy sent to me, and I traveled around Spain doing ventriloquist shows.
Tim
And
wins.
made radio appearances and TV appearances.
So you were
Ventriloquism isn't effective on the radio, you know, but I did it.
Yeah, it'd be hard. It'd be hard.
you're the Mormon Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I made my living. That's how I earned my money to go on my mission, was performing.
You
And-
could have
Especially
been
your business cards.
Randy H. Dunn instead of just Jeff Dunham.
or Paul H. Watts.
Can I put that on your name? Mormon Jeff Dunham, Randy Watts, aka Mormon Jeff Dunham.
And in fact,
It's kind of
we
a
know
dying.
that's actually how a lot of prophets, when they reach, we'll say 100, they're kind of propped up.
Yeah,
And
I got a
it's
hand up
kind of
there.
almost like they're a dummy.
Right?
How much money they have? They should do a better job with all the money they have. I would say
That
they should
relates
wear
to
like mech
Steve
suits.
Benson.
Well, it's
Yeah, they should
like
have mech suits and like all sorts of tech.
at that recent temple dedication, it was pre-recorded. He didn't even speak.
I get to hear his whistling.
But yeah, Benson, who just passed away, Reed,
No, not Reed.
Steve.
No.
Steve.
Steve Benson. He got excommunicated because he
No, he
called
resigned.
the church out for lying, and he complained about his grandpa being senile running the church. Now, he wasn't excommunicated for that, right? But did he
So
resign?
he resigned, Tim?
He resigned. Yes, he resigned.
Right.
I
he
met
resigned.
Steve once. I met Steve once.
It's kind of like a job thing. Like, you can't fire me. I resign. Kind of mutual,
Right.
I would imagine.
I got to see him at a fireside, and it was great. But now, after Gene and Tim interrogated me on when that was, now I'm all screwed up. I don't know if it was before or after my mission, but anyway, it was a fireside, and it was really interesting. But it was before his departure from the church. Otherwise, he wouldn't be speaking at a fireside.
He drew a cartoon for for me, but of a salamander escaping out of the vault, and
That's fun.
I made copies of it and went to Sunstone and handed a copy to Sandra Tanner as she was coming in, and other people.
Did you get a tattoo of it?
No, I
You should got the tattoo.
that's okay. No. It was funny though. We were in Dwayne Jeffrey's office talking about the salamander letter, and he just pulled out a piece of paper and he drew it real fast for us. And I said, "Oh, can I have that?" Sure. And I
That's cool.
made copies. Yeah, it was really cool. Steve was fun to guide it. Just for the few minutes I spent with him, it was fun.
Was he older than you?
How many
he
of
was
us-
pretty young, wasn't he?
1 year older than me.
Okay,
He's
well, you're
71.
dead.
Well,
real
I'll be,
soon then.
I'll
huh?
be 71 in a month, okay? I'll be 71 30 days from today. The
R.I.P.
22nd
Tim.
of August. I'll be 71 on the 22nd of August.
Hey, my grandparents lived till 90. You'll make it. You got another 20 in you.
My mom made it to almost 90, I think. Dad made it to 86, I think. My family lives long lives.
Something you're grateful for, I guess, huh?
Yes and no. Every morning I wake up, it hurts more. But that's another story.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'll be dead at 50 for sure.
Oh no, I hope not. Oh,
Fingers
no,
crossed.
oh,
Jim,
I-
what was the best part of your mission?
you know, when I think about Germany, I spent the first year on my mission up in Detmold and Paderborn, which was all green. That's when I think about it. That's what comes to mind is the green, just the greenness of it.
Like Sound of Music style, where she's twirling
Exactly,
around. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you know, um, Detmold is near where Herman the German, um, Arminius killed Vardas's troops. Where there was a massacre that happened near there. They think it happened down up near Osnabrück, but there's a statue of him in Detmold, and we went up there to see
The
it.
Lost Legions.
The Lost Legions, yes. And I learned, well, there were British troops were there, and I mean, it was just so beautiful. It's just, and it was fun. You know, I mean, we had fun. I mean, every night on the way home, when I was in Paderborn, we'd stop at this little roadside restaurant and get a wurst and French fries, pommes frites with mayonnaise. And the German mayonnaise are different tasting than American mayonnaise. I don't know what the difference is, but they're so much better, or at least I remember them being a lot better. You know, I mean, just different. And then when I was in Essen, I got to go see Fidelio, my favorite opera, Beethoven's favorite opera. And I got to see it on the stage there. And that was great. I didn't like being in Essen and Oberhausen. It was in the Ruhr Valley and it was industrial. And we, rather than bikes, we rode buses and streetcars. It was okay, but I enjoyed being up in the country a lot better, honestly.
You gotta get the spicy stuff, Tim. You see any naked women or drink some
we
booze or
had
something?
we had 2 naked doors on my mission.
Oh, now we're getting to it.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
two naked
men?
what?
Well, we went and knocked on the door, and the woman came out, and she was naked.
Oh shoot, the Spanish
Like-
women didn't get that message.
We-
Was they like trying to
it happened.
entice you, or are they just like lazy?
Oh, no, I don't think
They don't
I don't
care.
think either. Yeah, they don't care. I think one was in the
Very
act
cool.
of doing it, and just answered the door anyway, because I could hear her significant other yelling at her when she gets to the door.
Very cool.
That's right. Sorry, honey, you're good in bed, but I'd rather answer the door.
Was one of them
When
Heidi
I-
Klum?
No,
When I do that-
Heidi Klum.
When I do that, the missionaries always call the police. What's up with that?
The other one was just this lady wanted us to come by to give her a Book of Mormon. I remember that. And we did, she just showed up and she was just naked, you know, like she was in the bathroom or in the shower or something. She came out. We gave it to her and we went back and taught her a couple of times.
Oh, I bet you went back.
Over and over and over again.
Surprise
Well, I'll
visits.
never forget, okay, when I was in Essen and we were there one night when they had mutual, and one of the girls had one of those, like a Teen Beat magazine equivalent in America, but the German version of it. And there was an article that told the girl how to pet during petting. I remember we were looking at it and we couldn't believe what we saw there. It was like, are you kidding me? You know, I mean, it was like,
So
come
David
on.
Hasselhoff naked and that kind of stuff.
Oh, this is before David Hasselhoff.
He's my German pop
hey,
reference.
Hey, nudity was everywhere. Okay, they had a billboard that sold soap that was nude. She was naked in the surf. There was another one where the woman was naked. And you go up to the newsstands and you saw naked. I mean, everywhere. You just become blind. After a while, you just become blind to it. You just don't even notice it.
We are doing this show naked. We just have clothes on top of our naked.
Right. Exactly.
Actually, I just heard of an incident out in San Diego of missionaries proselytizing on Black's Beach. And if you guys don't know what Black's Beach is,
Oh yeah.
It's a nude beach.
It's
So the
religious.
Oh
missionaries-
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
clothing optional.
Huh.
Yeah, clothing optional. And I heard, I don't know on whose channel it was. They were just talking
It was
about
on
I saw
Rebecca's channel on
It was
Mormonism.
on,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was, they were tracking on Blacks, and Blacks is not an easy hike because you have to come down some cliffs to get down there. And in fact, the San Diego lifeguards have a cliff rescue truck because they are actually part of the fire department, but they have a cliff rescue truck because of people that come down the cliff and get stuck because they're trying to watch, their looky-loos onto the beach. So to know that the missionaries went down there was kind of it was kind of surprising to me.
Well, did they go
The
down to the-
justification.
Yeah.
The justification was we weren't actually on the beach. We were standing at the entrance. I'm
Right.
thinking, well, that's where everybody passes by. You have to pass by the entrance and exit.
We're
Right.
So
standing
that's
at
one thing
Sentinels.
that's with their corn dogs and chicken nuggets.
They're hamburgers and hot dogs, right?
And just
Here's
I'll
another
tell you
thing
something.
about Randy's mission is Randy got to eat bullfight bull, I think.
Yes, that's
And
right.
And I understand in Germany, the sausage is the worst.
Ha 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 ha.
Ah,
I got to do a
I see
pun.
what you did
Ha,
there.
ha, ha, ha. They were pretty good. I gotta tell you, man. They were really good. Yeah.
Did you gain weight,
TMI,
Tim,
TMI.
Did I gain weight?
on your mission?
I don't
All
think
protein.
so. Well, we were
It's all
riding
protein.
bikes. So protein.
Because that's the thing. Missionaries sometimes gain weight and sometimes they lose weight. Usually they lose weight because they don't have enough money to buy things.
Well, we ate really
Just like
well.
Jesus.
Okay. We would go to
You
one.
ate well?
We ate really well. I have no complaints. I was never starving on my mission.
Yeah,
I
that
always
kind of
ate.
burns my butt a little bit because we ate like crap on my mission. There was so often when we didn't even have money to get food. So we survived on
Well,
popcorn from the open market, the
Wow.
unpopped popcorn.
And I'm talking $130 a month, $120, $130 a month is what I got. And
Randy,
we would eat.
you expect us to believe that ventriloquism doesn't pay? Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Not on the mission.
Voluntary ventriloquism.
Yeah. Silence.
I've had a burning question about Spain. Randy can answer it maybe. Now, is it true that the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain?
But Tim would know that because that's actually from My Fair
My
Lady,
Fair
right?
Lady. My
And
Fair Lady.
he's the film buff, but the rain in Spain falls mainly on the missionaries because, we got dumped on. So, I did have a miracle story on my mission. I have to say there were actually a few of them. And I don't believe that it's because we were LDS missionaries. I think it's because we were faithful doing, the Lord's work in our hearts. But anyway, we had gone for a week with no money. And like I said, we were literally living on popcorn and we were just about out of that. And
Well.
I said a prayer, very fervent prayer that somehow we get some money. The reason we didn't have any was because back then our bank would mail us our checks, and we'd have to deposit them to pay rent and all that. So we didn't have money for our rent. We didn't have money for food. We were almost out of popcorn. So I prayed that somehow we could come across some money. And we walked outside, and it was raining harder than I have ever seen it rain. And I'm telling you, it was coming right through my umbrella. It's that kind of rain that pounds right through the umbrella. And the wind was blowing so hard, it ruined both of our umbrellas. And so we threw them in the garbage. And we're trying to get across this street, and it was a flash flood in the street. So we're up to our knees in water flowing in our suits. And we got halfway across the street, and my companion kept going, and I stopped. And he turned around and he said, "Come on, Elder." And I started again, and I'm like, no. And I went back because I thought I had seen something down under the water. And so I reached down, and in my suit coat and everything, reached down. It was to my shoulder, and I'm feeling around, and I felt this wad. And I pulled it up. By all means, it should have washed away in the water. And I pulled it up, and it was a wad of bills. Now, it wasn't like $100 bills or 100% of bills, but it was enough to buy us food for a couple of weeks. And by then, our checks were there. But it was bound with a rubber band, and to me, that's probably one of the most miraculous things I've ever seen or experienced in my life. Was to dip my hand into this rushing water, and it was pointed in the direction that it wouldn't wash away, but to point to reach down and pull up money like that. The fact that I would even see it was miraculous. So
yeah,
that was definitely a miracle on my mission. So I'm really grateful for.
The headline is Randy participates in money laundering while on his mission.
I should have been electrocuted, right? Because my last name was Watts.
There you go.
Ha ha ha.
I just.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it was my mission, like Tim was saying, I really had some incredible experiences, real fun adventures. Not fun. At the time, they weren't fun, but looking back, they're fun to talk about and fun to tell.
And even when we met people and they didn't want to hear about the church, but like talk about their life story, get to know them, that was very valuable. When I used to streetboard,
you talked to people they didn't want to hear about the church.
Yeah, it's just, well, like, okay, no, I'm standing like in S and on the foot. What's the word in English? And S in the center of the city is a walkway.
Plaza?
No. Yeah, plaza. I get. He said strip club, and we used to do streetboard there. We had a streetboard we'd set up, And if somebody didn't want to talk about the church, he says, "Well, what did you do? What do you do? What's your life like?" I used to talk to people, just find out about their life. The elder elders wouldn't know what I was talking about. Tell me about yourself. Just make an impression. I'm not just here to force my religion down your throat. I'm here to find out about you. I wanted to find out about people's lives, like. One family, the Balls family, were living outside of Detmold and wanted to hear about their lives. They did join the church after I left, but the thing they said was he wanted to hear about, treat us like real people, not just, a number, but he wanted to talk to us and find out about our life, which was really interesting.
Right. Tim, you like to talk to people because you were channeling your inner historian and you want to hear living history.
That's right. Well, I did. I heard a lot of history, man. I ran into this one guy in the ward was a was in the SS and the tank battalion on the Russian front, told me his story. Another guy we ran into was an E-boat commander and a submarine commander. My mission president was a German soldier. And President Perker was a forward observer and a medic. He told me his story one time, well, a few times, tell the missionaries, but I would ask him when we went in for an interview, I'd say, tell me some more about the war and what it was like. He'd tell me a few things. So, I mean, I would never, I wouldn't bug people like these missionaries who talk to people on the street, like you're walking, and you try to ask them. I never bugged anybody. Like if I was on the bus, I didn't bug people. I didn't do any bus tracting or street track, I figure if I'm going to go knock on doors, all right. But if I'm just walking around, and you're walking, I'm going to leave you alone. I had one companion who did that, and I said, don't do that. Just leave them alone. They don't want to be bugged. You just need to understand.
Did you ever do anything that you could have gotten sent home for, Tim?
You saw a naked woman.
Wow. You can't.
Well, let me answer Song's question. My mission president was LDS. The others I don't know about.
I hope your mission president was LDS.
No, before the war, he was a member before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, did I do anything I could have been sent home for?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. We stretched the rules a few times, but I didn't do anything.
I don't think that I ever did anything I would be sent home for, except there was this one night that was incredibly cold. It was in a little town just out of Madrid called Móstoles. And we had a baptism on Sunday, and so we had to fill the baptismal font. And it took, first of all, the chapel had no heating. So it was like icy cold in the chapel. And in order to fill the baptismal font, we'd have to run the water over a fire box to get the heated water. And two of us had to be there at all times to watch and make sure that nothing went wrong with the fire and the water and that it stayed hot. So we drew the assignment to, have the overnight, and we were shivering and shuddering, and it was just getting to that point where it's about 3/4 of the way. Oh, the baptismal font, by the way, I should say, was a portable font that we would build with PVC pipe and canvas. So it was about 3/4 of the way full. And the elders came to relieve us early in the morning, and they're shivering and we're shivering. And they walked over, and one put his hand in and he says, "Oh, that feels so good." I'm like, "No kidding." And then I don't know which one of us suggested it, but we decided we were going to strip down, all four of us, and we stripped down to our nothings, and we skinny dipped in that baptismal font, and it felt so good. It was so amazing. And our only fear was that the only person that had a key to the chapel, because our chapel was just a one-room chapel. It wasn't like a building. The only person that had a key was the branch president. And it would have been very embarrassing had he happened to walk in early that morning, but we didn't figure that he would. But, oh my gosh, here's 4 naked missionaries just soaking up the heat. And that was one of the best memories on my mission, was to be in that warm water with that freezing cold exterior. But getting out was hell. And the only thing we had to dry off was paper towels from the bathroom. And we had to divide them up because there weren't enough. And we're petting ourselves and trying to get our garments on the wet body. And that was horrible, having to get dressed in that freezing chapel. But man, if we could have stayed in there till the baptism that next day, we would have done it.
The best thing would have been if a branch president came by and taken your suits.
So,
Oh my gosh.
so yeah,
Oh my gosh.
How did you keep the water warm for the next 12 or so many hours?
Well,
Because
yellow.
it was fire heated, so when it came out, I mean, it was boiling hot. And so by the time it would fill up, and Sunday was, after being 2 days filling up, it was just the right temperature for a baptism.
Oh man.
But man, while it was filling, before it was full, that water was effing perfect. And I was just hoping we didn't leave any, like hairs or anything floating in the water. But it was amazing. So, and we didn't get caught. Yay. So I don't know if we would have gotten in trouble for that or not. I mean, who could blame us, right?
Isn't Satan underwater?
Well, 2 of the missionaries were sister missionaries. So no, just kidding. It was just 4 of us elders. Who's going to care, Who cares?
Did you not go on a mission, Gene? Oh, you rebel.
Jules, did you go on a mission? I don't remember.
No, I joined the church at 24. So
That's right. I couldn't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No
So-
mission.
Okay.
I think I was like borderline. I could have still gone because they were trying to get me to go.
Yeah, so 28.
Yeah. So they were trying to get me to go, but I wouldn't have had the money. I was in the middle of nursing school and, so
I'm considering one now.
Now it's 40. You can go when you're 40, up to 40.
Oh, yeah, you're desperate
Close
times.
to that, Gene. You're
I need to
almost
go on a
40.
mission where they don't give me enough money for food so I can lose some weight.
Eating corn dogs and what are you talking about? You're skinny as a rail. Oh my gosh. I went to Gene's house a few months ago and I'd never seen him from the waist down and he'd never seen me. And then I realized I'm like 3.5 feet tall and he's like 7 feet tall. We look like Mutt and Jeff. I'm a stocky little Italian guy and he's a lanky, long, whatever
We'll say
you are.
We'll say Swede.
Swede. Let's go with that.
There are some tall
My-
Swedes.
My Amanda is, well, she's Dutch, actually. She's Dutch. Same thing, right? Same camel, different hump.
It's all Europe. All Europe.
Swedes or Swades?
Now there's where you'd have some new doors in Sweden. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had
You know-
friends who told me stories about that. Who went to Sweden.
The modesty factor isn't big in Spain. I mean,
Well,
it's not
Europe,
that they're
all
that
of Europe,
modest.
all
Right,
of Europe.
but-
It's not.
But there's something about, well, when I was giving a talk in sacrament meeting. Now, mind you, our congregations were like 20. A big crowd was 30 people in a congregation, and we always had to do something. So we all had talks prepared ahead of time. Anyway, I'm up there giving my talk, and there was this. I mean, I'm going to be honest. She was really attractive. Her and her husband were like real progressive, and he had long, beautiful hair, and she was just beautiful. Of course, of all the times for my sweetheart to walk in, it's this story. But
Get
I'm up there
graphic,
giving a
Randy.
talk.
Give the graphic details.
I'm up there giving a talk, and this lady, you know how women are very,
Nude?
they tend to be modest when they nurse their babies, and they'll pull one side down and cover with a blanket and nurse. Not this one. She pulled everything down. She had a tube top thing on.
Ooh.
She just pulled it all down and just sitting there in the front row, topless, and letting her baby eat. And I'm trying to maintain the spirit, giving my talk up there. And that was my only naked experience in Spain. But yeah, it was. Yeah. I was singing "We Thank Thee, O God" for a prophet in my brain, thinking of every hymn I could not to. And I didn't want to look that direction, but I really wanted to, you know? It's like, I don't want to look, but
You didn't think of
because I didn't want to
mothers
be
in
obvious.
heaven or anything like that?
No, I know
Yeah,
nursing is a really
heavenly.
beautiful experience and very natural, but, you know, when you're on your mission and she's right there in the
You're
front
hungry for
row,
milk.
just nursing away. And yeah, the
So can I
milk over there,
ask?
forget it.
Can I ask the question everyone wants to know? Neither of you fired up a little factory on your mission.
Oh,
What?
None of you guys fired up the assembly line on your mission.
that's-
Yes.
Are you talking about firing at someone else or firing at ourselves?
Yourselves. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Shaking hands with Ben Franklin, if you can say.
Yes.
I would
Before, during, and
I
after
would
my
defy
mission.
you. I would defy you to find any missionary that goes for 2 years without taking matters into his own hands at least once.
Exactly.
Okay, hey, that's a natural response. I've talked to some who don't, but I would say that's normal.
And there are more things you can do with the ventriloquist dummy than a bit.
It's a very tight dummy.
Natasha Helfer would tell us that was totally fine. That was
Totally
okay.
natural.
yeah, she would.
I think it's normal.
More
I would
lube,
imagine
more
most
lube.
missionaries would say it's bad, and you should get sent home because of that. Those Mormons out there.
Yeah, I know. You know, whatever is what I say.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a healthy outlook.
We're too uptight.
The church. Oh my gosh. Okay, someone, our dear Church of Korahor, who we love, Joe. Someone got in trouble for nursing in the chapel. That is so frickin' LDS Mormon. That is
Wait,
so Mormon. That's so
She's
stupid.
she's
That's
OnlyFans. She's a member, but she's only on OnlyFans. You guys know what that is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to have to
OnlyFans
take another break now.
We were born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Well, she's an OnlyFans creator. That it seems like the bigger issue in the
Yeah, an
Mormon.
OnlyFans creator who is.
Well, not all OnlyFans creators are naked.
Oh, okay, I
Some
have
do
an
it in their
idea.
underwear, from what I
Reading
Okay.
Joe's
understand.
comment reminds me of reading the Old Testament.
It's very long, is that you're saying?
It's a whole lot of sex.
Songs of Solomon.
There's a lot of sex.
Oh dear.
Songs
Hey,
enjoying our
Martin.
factory talk.
And someone was wondering how we got on nudity. It's because I shoehorned it in. That's how we got on the nudity talk.
And every
we
chance we
got
got.
into it twice.
And I shoehorned
Yeah,
it
Trevor.
in both times.
Trevor's up there trying to keep us from getting too clean.
Gotta dirty it up.
There's
Come
one
on.
thing. There's one thing that just about every guy is glad for. Is grateful for. And,
Boobs.
well, yeah, but that they're born with the one thing. But anyway,
Well, I'm
it has to do
grateful
with
for that too.
yeah, it has to do with little factories.
For your corn dog, is that what you're talking about?
It has to do with corn dogs.
That Arizona State Fair sized corn dog you were munching on? Where do you get those, by the way? Because that was huge.
It was just a normal
That was
Foster
huge.
Farms.
Was it when you
That's
bought
small
the
to
store?
me.
Maybe
It
I
didn't
thought it
say-
was.
Didn't say who was modeled after.
Maybe it was just closer to the camera, so it looked extra big. I'll,
Brian
Horse
Buchanan is
perspective.
tall.
I'll keep that in mind.
Who is Brian Buchanan?
He's the historian that's on with Lindsay Hansen Park a lot.
6'10".
Isn't John DeLynn himself around that size too?
Yeah,
He
John's
looks like
really
he's
tall.
6'7" or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the karma is if you're really tall, you die young. How many old people do you see that are 6'10"? Not very many. The older you,
Not
the bigger
many.
you are, the younger you die usually.
Bring on the corn dogs. I'm all about that.
Ugh,
More
I can't
corn dogs in
stand
the
them.
after show.
I'm reading the
Don't like 'em.
comments.
Don't like them. Don't get it. Don't like them.
Speaking
You don't
of
like corn dogs?
after show,
No,
you don't like them?
no, not really.
Not
Huh.
after having sausage in Germany.
You're a
Yes,
bear dog?
definitely.
After working in the funeral home, I won't have hot dogs. I won't eat sausage. I won't eat hamburger. I won't eat red meat. That
You have
spoiled
pork?
my. Yeah, I'll eat pork, as crazy as that is.
Because
But red
apparently,
meat, I can't.
a human being cooking smells like pork. Apparently.
No, a human
I
being
heard it
cooking
tastes like pork.
smells like a barbecue.
Yeah.
Like
there's
I've
some-
always
Yeah, Randy
said,
would know.
I would
There's
say
some
that.
when
kid who
someone is
there's some
when
kid who
someone is
killed his
being
parents, and he cooked them in the fireplace, and all there's cops who are like his neighbors. Like it smelled like someone was having like a pig roast, and that kind of did like that's how someone having like a barbecue.
when someone is cremated, there's about a minute window where the ribs are perfect and just fall off the bone.
Ooh.
I know there's a
Hey.
fictional character that really likes human flesh with fava beans.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, right? Yes.
He's not. He's real in
Mr.
my heart. Hannibal's real in my heart.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't
Filet
seen
of
that for a
Fred.
long
I mean,
time.
I would be totally against trying to person. I'd eat a human if it was, legal or whatever. Give it a shot.
Well, I think I'm thankful for cannibalism then. I'm trying to guide us back to being grateful for
Well, if it's a
Sometime.
survival thing, just look at what happened on that movie Alive. You know?
I want to give it a
Right,
shot.
yeah.
I'll just chop off my leg, and throw it in the oven and give it a shot before I die.
I mean,
You know,
in Alive, that plane crash, they ate the dead bodies.
Oh, I would. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
afraid
people
I
think something's
would-
wrong with that. It's crazy. I'd be totally down. I'd be eating all of them.
I would starve before I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd totally be eating
Yep.
right like a cold.
I mean, I know that there's that instinct to survive, and you get hungry enough, you'll eat anything. But nope.
Maslow's hierarchy. You know?
I'd say
Really?
I'd say forget it.
Yeah.
Exmo Joe's here.
There's Exmo Joe.
the attitude
Oh,
of-
Joe's here.
Joe, have you done a sermon on being
Have you-
grateful?
No, I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in that?
It's not one of the 12 values of Korohorism. I'm a pessimist. I believe in being cynical and pouty, and then cracking some jokes,
Ooh.
feeling a little bit better, and then crying a little bit. Usually something to do with the Apollo space program or science, and then everybody feels better, and we go home. Jill's been there. Jill knows.
How are you
Well,
handling
good.
the death of Ozzy Osbourne, Exmo?
Oh man, that one hit me harder than anything else, man.
Right?
That feels a little too real right now. Which
Yeah.
I'm a little bit grateful because I'm a pessimist, but it's also nice to have a distraction from all the shit that's going on right now that makes it feel like you're in the upside down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding.
I think out of remembrance, I think we all need to go bite the head off of a bat, just as a tribute to Ozzy.
And then we have to everybody do something to a Book of Mormon that is an urban legend about the thing that Ozzy did to a Book of Mormon, whatever that is.
I gotta,
Which is
I gotta
what?
say,
What?
the only reason Ozzy is dead is because he went sober. Put that on the record. If he was still doing hard drugs, he'd still be alive.
Probably.
Maybe.
Joe, what did you
I
say
just
to
get-
MB
I'm
that
waiting-
had her sobbing? What did you say to MB?
That I had her sobbing when? And during, on Sunday? Oh, man.
Yeah.
You got to, so I did this sermon called For Our Mothers and Ourselves. And I was talking a little bit about how it's a little bit of science this time, no Apollo, and about how all the mitochondria in your body, that's the powerhouse of the cell, you get from your mother and from her mother and her mother and her mother and going all the way back. And so you think about that and you think about how important it is that mothers should be people who choose to be mothers, because they have to sacrifice so much. And when I think about that, and I talked about my experience doing shrooms and how I connected to the legacy of all these mothers in my past, who are in every cell, who are represented in every cell of my body. While I was on shrooms, I had this experience, and it spoke to me and said, every time that you get depressed, you are just doing what their DNA teaches you to do and has done to all of these women in your past, all these ancestors in your past. But all of them sacrificed so that you could be here, and none of them wanted you to be here just to be miserable. So when you rejoice, when you sing in the car, when you enjoy a good ice cream, when you do something that makes you feel joyous, it's like the sacrifice of all the mothers in every cell in your body has a purpose. And there's something to that, something to really remember that.
Like
and
when
then
you do a podcast about gratitude.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a thing. Sure. Yeah, that could be a thing. And then I played the new hymn. We have a hymn called Mothers in Every Cell, and now we have this page on the church on corohor.org where people can listen to all of our hymns, and it got us all choked up pretty good.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So MB was talking about she was sobbing emotionally, like really sobbing. I thought she meant laughing, but sobbing as in because it really touched her.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We also watched a little Monty Python, and so he could have been sobbing from laughing. We watched the clip of Birth from Monty Python's Meaning of Life.
Oh, that's so funny.
The machine that goes ping, and I had all these comments. As soon as they started playing it, all these comments of people who definitely are in the right place going, the machine that goes ping.
That's a great clip.
It is. Sure. Well, I stopped short of playing every hymn, every sperm is sacred.
Every sperm is sacred.
Because there's a little too much. There are children in bathtubs in that scene, and you don't notice it until like the third, fourth time, and you're like, oh, maybe I won't put that out on Sunday sermon. But so I resolved that I would sing every sperm is sacred instead. But I bailed at the last minute because it really isn't as good without like all the chorus, like the corpse in the coffin as it goes by, and God needs everybody's mine and mine and mine. It's only good with the chorus.
That's a great clip.
Oh God!
I said this. I said it's a crime that people don't know Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. And the restaurant scene is the only reason for it, because that restaurant scene, it was unforgivable. Like, I see why they did it, but it's like, did you have to? Did you really have to?
I know. Unforgivable and unforgettable.
Like once you've seen it, like you can't have it brought up. Like every time, it's like, good gosh. So yeah, but yeah,
Brother Jay.
What's that?
I was just going to say to Brother Judson, we're past the hour and a half mark. Do we want to jump into the pre-show?
Everybody can stay here for the after show. And if anybody that's watching wants to join the after show, can. Thanks everybody for watching live. I hope we brought some happiness. some
Joy.
attitude of gratitude. If talking about naked people on a mission is something to be thankful for,
Be
and
grateful for my shoehorns.
that's the whole purpose of Tuesdays with Tim.
And
To bring you
Jane's
joy.
That's
And
right.
yes, 2 years, nada. I don't know what was wrong with me.
No
Really?
2 friggin' years.
Really?
Where'd you go, Joe?
Really?
Where'd you stay in the
Really?
U.S.? Where are you, Joe?
I came home. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna say what it was.
Came
It was
home
bad.
sorry,
for all the
Joe.
lost time.
What country were you in?
Peru.
Oh,
Peru.
what? Well, that's crazy.
What?
I was in
America, I see.
I was in the Amazon jungle with a lot of girls who did not like wearing clothes in the Amazon jungle, and man, it was.
Oh, well, you did say nudes
It
then.
was a hard 2 years, man. Those were hard 2 years.
Man alive.
I see what you did
That's
there.
incredible.
I need to get down to the Amazon jungle.
Hard 2 years. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right.
Well, this has
Blue
been
Tim's money.
On that note,
enlightening.
Yeah,
I
so
couldn't go 2 years. Okay. I couldn't go 2 years.
I didn't know
There's some
that
who
you
say
could
they
mine
did.
while you're a missionary. Otherwise, I would have gone.
I would go a few months at a time or a few weeks, but I could never go.
Same, Gene. That's why I didn't go, because I didn't think it was allowed.
Yeah, and so I didn't know.
it
Like you
wasn't
say,
allowed.
Well, they
nowadays,
rose the bar for us. They rose that bar.
My mission president used to talk about it all the time, and we all knew we were doing it, but we didn't say anything.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they told us it was no good.
Well,
I mean,
see that
I'm
the
kind of
factory
grateful. Okay.
the factory talk I think came out after my mission, but I remember it being part of the discussions. So it was part of the H discussion.
Oh gosh.
But
you had to say, Mr. Brown.
Anyway.
In order to be a Mormon, you have to no touchy.
No touchy the white factory. Brown factory fine. White
so the
factory
idea
bad.
was there beforehand that I recall. But anyway.
Yeah. I've talked a little too much about this, but by my time, I was the little factory talk was a pamphlet, and it was a pamphlet. It was a blue pamphlet. I remember looking for the pink pamphlet, the for young women only pamphlet. Like, what's in there? There wasn't one. There wasn't one.
If you had the pink pamphlet, Joe, you would have masturbated on your mission, though.
Oh, I tell you, it definitely it occurred to me the first time I heard somebody say, you know, it's not as if girls don't do it too. And it was a woman who said it, and from that moment, I don't know what else she said because my brain just like fell out of through my feet into the floor, gone.
Wow.
I
fully empty.
I had no blood left above my navel in my body at that point. I was just like, this is
all the fluids released.
So I just want to remind everybody that Megan mentioned she's going to offer her bullying course, which doesn't teach you how to be a bully, but it teaches you how to defend yourself from people like Trevor and Randy and Tim. Go. We'll say.
If you want to take my bullying course, hit me up.
You're the only one that had your corn dog out, Gene.
That's right. Well, subtle. See, I wasn't bullying. I was just showing off.
It was mansplaining with that corn dog.
Yeah, mansplaining. So, but I don't know the information. I don't see it from Megan anywhere. But if Megan's going to do that, maybe me and Randy and Megan should do a show really quickly, maybe the next day or two, and just have Megan talk up her bullying course and make the offer to our audience and maybe hers as well. So we'll thank everybody for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great rest of 2025. And if you want to join on the after show, There's still time. You can look, scroll up, and there's the link somewhere. I'll do it one last time, maybe, and get the right link. And otherwise, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
Good night.